So a few quick things. Number one is in vertex form. The vertex is opposite of inside, so +3, comma, number on right, 4. Once you have the vertex, you put that in the center of your table. You can either use your calculator. Remember, on your calculator, after you do y equals, once you hit graph, you hit the trace button, and then you're going to plug in any number you want for x and enter. And at the bottom of your screen, it will give you the ordered pair. Okay? So once you do that, once you have the vertex and any two other points, one on either side, you then are golden. The x coordinate of your vertex is the axis of symmetry. Also, if asked to find the max or min value, because there's a -2, the first value we see is negative. -2 is our a value. We know it's upside down. Therefore, we see that our vertex is a max, and the max value is the y coordinate of our vertex. So it's 4. So the x coordinate is the axis of symmetry. The y coordinate of the vertex is your max or min value depending on your graph. In this case, the vertex is a max, so it's our max value. Number 2 is in intercept form. We notice that the number in front is 3, so it's going to open up. Therefore, the vertex will be a min. And we see our intercepts are opposite of inside, so x is 3. And opposite of -6 is +6, so 3 and 6 are our x intercepts. Then we find our vertex. To find the x coordinate of our vertex, we add the intercepts and divide by 2. So 3 plus 6 divided by 2 will get us 4.5. You can leave it in decimal form. Then we plug 4.5 in wherever we see x. We simplify to find y. So it's 3 times 1.5 times -1.5, which is -6.75. So we have our vertex. You don't need other ordered pairs because you already have the vertex and you have 2 intercepts. So you can draw your graph. The axis of symmetry, again, is the x part of the vertex. So the axis of symmetry is x equals 4.5. And the min value is the y part of the vertex. So it would be -6.75. This is standard form. So remember, A is -3, B is 6, and C is 4. Since the first value we see, since the A value is negative, we know it's going to be upside down, meaning the vertex will be a max. To find the x coordinate of our vertex, we do -b over 2a. So when we plug that in, we get out 1. So that's the x part of our vertex, the x coordinate. Then to find y, we plugged in 1 wherever we saw x. And when we simplify, we got 7. So the vertex goes in the center of our table, 1, 7. You can use your calculator to enter x values on either side. And then you can draw your graph. Now, since our vertex is the max, we would say that the max value is the y coordinate of the vertex, so it's 7. The axis of symmetry is the x coordinate of our vertex. X is 1. So 4 is just like the last one. I'm going to put a little check there. You can come in at break if you need help with more explanation. Number 5 is a little bit tricky. This is actually intercept form. Because the GCF, the value in front, has an x, and then in parentheses we have an x. There we have our 2 x's that are going to give us our intercepts. If we set -x equal to 0 and what's in parentheses equal to 0, we get our intercepts are -6 and 0. So we have our 2 intercepts, and then from there everything else is the same. To find the x coordinate of our vertex, we add the intercepts and divide by 2. So 0 plus -6 divided by 2 is -3. We then go back and plug that in wherever we see x. We simplify and our output is 9. So our vertex is negative 3, 9. And we have our x-intercepts, so we can easily draw our graph. Again, the vertex is negative 3, 9. It's a max. So the max value is the y-coordinate, 9 of our vertex, and the axis of symmetry is the x-coordinate. Melissa is going to skip number 6 because that's another one in standard form.